Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Let's see what time it is, first of all, for all of you time and temperature people out there. I love that so much. Okay, it is currently 5:41 p.m. And let's look and see what the temperature is in Indianapolis today. It's a little bit cooler today. I thought it was supposed to be hot, but it's cooler and it looks like it's about to start thunderstorming outside. It is currently, 80 degrees and cloudy outside. So, I guess it is warm outside. Haven't heard any news on the pool yet, so don't know when the pool is opening. Haven't gotten any emails, no notices and things like that about when the pool is opening. The reason I am sitting in front of the computer right now is because I'm waiting for my very long drama video to finish uploading, and then I'm going, or finish rendering and processing, and then I'm going to upload it on my phone. So, Alex is not home yet. He got done with work early, got done with work about 4 o'clock, and then he went over to his brother's house to take his brother his birthday present. And he texted me just a little bit ago, and he was waiting for Liliana to come home so we could say hi to her. And so he was hanging out with Carlos and the kids, and they were watching, what did he tell me? They were watching Ratatouille or something like that. He said they were all hanging out, or he and Sebastian and Carlos were hanging out watching, currently just sitting watching Ratatouille, waiting on Liliana to get here. And then he's gonna go over to his mom's house, and she is going to make him an arepa. So, yeah, so he works close to where they live, so it just makes sense for him to stop on the way home instead of coming all the way home and getting me. We are actually going over to his aunt's house tomorrow afternoon, sometime between like 4 and 5, for his aunt's birthday and his cousin's birthday, and then his mom will be there too, so I get to see her tomorrow. And I don't know if his brother and Liliana are going to Atlanta this weekend for some like baseball thing that Carlos has. So I don't know if they're going to be there tomorrow. I don't know when they're leaving for that. I think they're just going for like the night, or like 2 nights or something like that. It's like some baseball tournament that Carlos is in. So anyway, yeah, what to talk about? I was like sitting here and I was like getting ready to start vlogging. I'm like uploading my weight loss update video is ready to go already. So I was, I guess I could post that while I'm talking to you guys on the phone. Talking to you guys on the phone. We're just talking to the phone. I guess I could upload that while I'm sitting here talking to you guys. But I didn't make that many videos today because my drama video ended up being an hour, like hour and 36 minutes long. So I made that, and then I did my weight loss update, because I was like, when I got done with it, I think I even said this on my weight loss update video, I was like, I think I'm just going to do the drama video. And then when I got done, I was like, oh, I have to do my weight loss update video too. So filmed the weight loss update video, and then I was just doing some laundry and hanging out with Boo Radley upstairs. He's taking a little bit of a nap in the bed, and then now I'm vlogging. So Alex will probably be home in a few hours. He'll hang out with his mom and talk to her for a little bit. And then I think after I get done vlogging, I'm actually going to take a nap. I didn't sleep in super late today because I had a therapy session, and I wanted to get a bunch of stuff done before the therapy session today. I didn't film any videos before the therapy session, but which is why I didn't end up making a lot of videos, because I didn't get done with therapy till 3. Then I started making the drama video about a half an hour after that. And yeah, so it's been a busy day today. It's been a busy day today. I'm a little tired. I stayed up late last night. I was like, oh, this is what I was going to say. So I was sitting here, I was like, thinking about like the TV shows, because you know I always tell you what TV shows I'm watching and stuff. And I was like, what TV shows did I watch why did I end up staying up so late? Because I knew that I started Dead City last night, which is a spinoff from The Walking Dead that has Maggie and Negan in it. And I was like, but you only got to the 2nd episode, so what did you watch before that? I was like, why were you up so late? And I knew I didn't watch The Valley, because I usually watch The Valley on Wednesday, and then I watch Survivor and Amazing Race on Thursdays, because I wait till the next day. And Amazing Race ended last week, and last night was the finale of Survivor. And I was like, what did you watch last night? I was like, okay, so Alex and I watched Vanderpump Rules Part 2 of the reunion, and then we watched did we watch 3? I think we might have watched 3 episodes of Schitt's Creek. And it was Patrick's birthday party. That was one of them, when his parents come to town, and he comes out to them. I'm like bawling my eyes out watching that episode. It's one of my favorite episodes. We watched that one. Which other one did we watch? We watched the one where Moira and Johnny Rose are going to the spa. And they hit that girl, her name's Baby, and they hit her cat. And so they go in to tell the parents that. We watched that one. Which other one did we watch? Yeah, we watched 3 of them. And then Alex was like, I looked over at him while we were watching the last one. He was like, his eyes were like closed and like Boo Radley's. And so he was like falling asleep. And I was like, do you want to go to bed? And he was like, yeah, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. So we went upstairs and I took a little bit of a nap and he went to sleep. And I don't know what time that was. Probably close to like 10:30 or 11 or something like that. I know maybe it was like closer to 10 or 10:30. I just got some more iced coffee. I didn't put any ice in it. I don't know why. But anyway, then when I got up, talked to Tanya last night. We were, like the last 2 nights we've talked on the phone for so long. Talked to Tanya last night on the phone and was catching up with her just about, we were laughing so hard, silly stories about stuff. We were talking about stuff like back in the day. And then I was like, I don't know what I'm going to watch. And I listened to a little bit of my audiobook last night and I read like, I'm like almost done. I think I have like 2 pages of the Walking Dead graphic novel. I read like a couple pages of it last night, listened to a little bit of my audiobook, did my prayers and my meditations. Oh, and then I came inside and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start Dead City. And I started it and I got like a minute or 2 in and I was like, I don't know that, like I've done so much of The Walking Dead. And I was like, so we record on our DVR like all of our shows, but I usually watch them, you know, like a Survivor and Amazing Race. I usually wait until it's on Paramount because then there's no like, you know, commercials in it. And I was like, I just want to watch, it was the finale of Amazing Race. So I was like, I'm just going to watch the finale of Amazing Race now. It's only going to be an hour, and then, or the finale of Survivor. It'll only be an hour, and then I can watch Dead City with Maggie and Negan from The Walking Dead. Well, when I went to go put on Survivor with commercials, it was 3 hours. And I was like, and I mean, it has on there, like on the DVR, where you can like fast forward through the commercials, you know, it takes you to the end of them. So minus all the commercials, I don't know, it was like 2.5 hours or something. I was like, oh my God. So I watched the Survivor finale last night because I was like, I don't want to wait till tomorrow because if I see anything online, it'll just like upset me that like I did. Because I like, Survivor's like a show that I like to like watch and not have spoiled. So I won't spoil anything for you. I will tell you the finale was fantastic. I don't know how, but like my favorite person on the show won. And so I was so excited about that. And it just, it felt correct. It felt correct. And it had a lot to do, I think, with the answers in the finale, which I thought was great. It wasn't the final 3 that I thought it would be at all. It was kind of a surprise. What I ended up thinking, what I thought would, and I'm going to make a whole video about this on my Peter Watches TV channel. I'll probably do it tomorrow or Saturday, but what I thought was going to happen and who would be the final 3 is not who ended up being the final 3, which is funny because one of those people that I thought was going to be in the final 3 really thought they could take it. They were going to get all the wins and was like, you guys, like I would have like got every vote. And I'm like, you wouldn't have gotten any votes. Like the entire jury, when they said that, was like looking at each other like, what are they even talking about? I was like, you weren't going to get any votes. But it was kind of sad because everybody was so nice to them. And I was like, it's kind of sad that they're kind of like so delusional that they really thought they played like this really strong game. But anyway. So yeah, and then they showed the premiere for Survivor 47, which comes out this fall sometime. I don't know the exact day. I looked it up just the other day, and I think it said fall 2024. And Amazing Race, the next season of Amazing Race, doesn't come out until, I think, spring of 2025. So we've got like a year before the Amazing Race, which is interesting because they were putting it out like so close together. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a whole video about this on my Peter Watches TV channel because I'm going to talk about binging shows. I think I'm going to try to watch, I'm going to go back. I was going to start like Survivor from season 1, but they were talking about season 44 and they were talking about something that happened. So I think I'm going to go back. I've watched 45 and 46. So I think I'm going to go back and watch 44 and like 43. Boo Radley is like staring at me at the top of the, when I'm in therapy, this is what he does. He either like walks and stands right here or he stands at the top of the staircase and puts his head through and like looks at me. So, my drama video is almost done. So I'm going to have to airdrop it to my phone here in a second. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and watch Survivor 44 and then 43, and then go back and watch it from like season 1 all the way through. But they were like referencing season 1 last night with, what was that guy's name, Richard Hatch or whatever. I remember that season. I don't remember everything about that season, but I remember the season. It's interesting, when I went back and I looked, Survivor and Amazing Race, like all their seasons are like between like 8 and 14 episodes. They're not like super, super long. Like a Housewife episode, I mean, like Vanderpump Rules towards the end was like 22, 24 episodes. So I could binge watch these Survivor and Amazing Race episodes pretty quickly. They make me so happy. There's not like, I mean, other than like drama of like gameplay and stuff like that, it's not like deep, deep drama. And so it kind of like balances out, you know, me watching all this other stuff. But then after I got done with that, I was so excited. Alex was asleep upstairs. I had my AirPods on. I was like, yes, yes. And but anyway, so I was trying to like kind of keep it quiet and whatever. But then I started watching. Did it just get done? Something just, oh, well there, hi honey. Did you come over here and say hi? Do you want to say hi to everybody? You do? Oh, you're gonna run away. Okay. So when I got done with that, I started watching Dead City, which is, so Daryl Dixon is the spinoff. Well, why are we running around like that? Oh my Lord. Little guy. Daryl Dixon is the spinoff of The Walking Dead that has Daryl Dixon in it, and then Carol's going to be in it next season. In retrospect, now watching Dead City, I really like Daryl Dixon. And in fact, I was going to do this. When I finish it, I'm going to compare the 3 spinoffs, and then there's The World Beyond, which I don't think it really has a lot to do with The Walking Dead, but it's in the universe. I should actually look it up and see what it says. The World Beyond. Oh, wait, because the video is almost done, so I'll start airdropping it. But the World Beyond is like a teenager's version of The Walking Dead. I don't even know if I'm going to watch it, if you want to know the truth. But I feel like I should watch everything that's in, like, on AMC. Because yes, I have that as well. We have every streaming app in the world. But on AMC, they have like a whole thing, like a tab on there that's all like the Walking Dead universe, and it has like all the shows, all the interviews, all the spinoffs. So if you're into the Walking Dead and you didn't know that, you can find everything over there on AMC. And and with AMC, you can also get Shudder, which has all the horror movies. I think I have Shudder through that, and I have it through I have Shudder like 3 different ways. I actually need to go in and kind of like figure out my apps and which ones like, you know, we're paying for and whatever. My cousin has like a whole like spreadsheet on all that kind of stuff. But anyway, here it just got done. So, where is it at? Okay. 1 hour and 36 minutes. Woo! It's gonna take a long time to upload. So So I started watching Dead City, and starting to watch it is interesting because I did not like The Ones Who Live. I liked it. I liked the ending of it. I didn't love the concept for the show. Daryl Dixon, in retrospect, I love. He's like standing right up there staring at me. He's like poking his head through, like, are you coming up here, Dad? Daryl Dixon, in retrospect, I love the concept for the show. I thought the show was brilliantly written and fantastic. The Ones Who Live was okay. It could have been an extension of The Walking Dead. This seems very similar to that. I mean, this won't ruin it for anybody because it happens right away, but like Maggie's son has been taken, and so she like hunts down Negan to like go into Manhattan, which is like all the tunnels and bridges have been cut off so that nobody can get out or get into the city. And so they go into Manhattan to find her son. Like, that's the whole concept behind it. It feels like another season of The Walking Dead to me. Daryl Dixon felt like something completely different. But this and The Ones Who Live feels very much to me like just another season of The Walking Dead, which I don't mind. But out of the 3 of them, unless something like really and like I'm only on the 2nd episode, but it's just more of the same. It's not super interesting to me. And like her son's like grown up. He's like, he's probably like 13 or 14 in the show. And I don't know what he was like when The Walking Dead stopped, like 8 or 9 or 7 or 8 or something like that. So, I mean, it's supposed to have been like 5 or 6 years since all these shows happened, but I'm going to finish it and watch it. I'll probably end up saying I love it when I get done with it. So I watched Survivor, which was like 3 hours, but I think it was like 2.5 with all the commercials because I just fast forwarded through all of them. And when I got done with that, I watched the first episode and then part of the second episode of Dead City, and then I went to bed. And it was before 5 o'clock when I went to bed last night, which is like early for me. I know that sounds crazy to people, but that was like early for me. Went to bed, got up today, did a bunch of stuff around the house, cleaned. There was a lot of stuff going outside. My neighbor was texting me because she was like, I just wanted you to know that I have like my her puppy like on a long leash and stuff like that. And then my neighbors next door had their grandkids and they were like out front. And then my neighbor across the street, they're like having their kitchen done, but then they also had like people coming to work on their air conditioner. And then somebody on the corner, there's a lot of traffic at the house where the guy passed away. There's a lot of people like in and out. I was asking my neighbor across the street about like a funeral or a viewing, and I don't even know. She was like, I don't know if they're even doing anything like that. He didn't really have a lot of family, I guess. So I don't really know anything about him. So anyway, I mean, we like waved to each other. That was it. But I was asking her about that, you know? And so, but there's been a lot of traffic like in and out of there. A lot of people like going in and out and stuff like that. So I'm assuming it's like family, like getting the condo together or going through his stuff. I have no idea. But so it's been very busy outside today. It was raining a little bit earlier, and then it stopped, and then it was sunny for like a short period of time, and now it's super, super cloudy. So yeah, and we don't really have any plans this weekend. Tomorrow, going over to his aunt's house, I said to Alex, I was like, that's kind of early for them to have it, like on a Friday, like a birthday party at 4 on a Friday, like that's kind of early. And he's like, well, it's just like that's when it, like people are starting to come over. Like we can come over there anytime. He was like, whenever you get your videos done, we can go over there. And I go, well, I might not film like a ton. He just keeps on walking down the stairs and like looking at me. What do you want, little guy? Huh? You want to talk to Thumbelina the squirrel? Oh my Lord. One of the squirrel accounts followed me on Instagram. I was so excited. Oh my God, it like made my day. I told Alex, I was followed by a celebrity, and he was like, who? And I told him, and he was like, oh my God. He goes, are you so excited? I was like, I love it. When like these little animals follow me, it makes me so happy. Which is something that I, like this new world of mine that I never thought I like love. And so many of you, I just want to say, send me like your favorite animals and stuff like that. And so many of them I already follow, but I love it. And, people send me like little Instagrams of like the reels of like the pets, the small little animals, rescue dogs and rescue squirrels and stuff like that. And I just want to tell you, I do watch all those. If I don't comment on it and you just see that it's like, I do watch all of them. It's hard for me to get to all the DMs while I'm doing all this other stuff throughout the day. So I do appreciate that though. But this video is taking forever to airdrop because it's so long. So yeah, so tomorrow we're doing that. That'll be fun. Just kind of like hang out with family and stuff. I think like I was going to try to vlog when I get home. And depending on what the first part of the day looks like if I feel like just like not really filming anything tomorrow but the vlog, I might wait until we get home and like, because I mean, I can't imagine we'll be over there for 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours, which means we'll be home before 8 or 9, and then I can vlog for like a half an hour or 45 minutes and then post it, and it'll, you know, I can post it on my phone and get it up not too late. So I might do that and then just get up tomorrow and hang out with Alex, or if he has some places, some errands to run tomorrow, then I might film some videos, like a Peter Isms video and whatever. Since his drama video is so long and I'm posting it later, I probably won't film a drama video tomorrow. I'll probably just let this one be up there. But we'll just kind of see how tomorrow goes. I'm excited about just hanging out with this family and stuff, but I don't like, the more I think about it, I'm like, I don't, like the vlogging thing though to me is like, I don't feel like I have to come home. It's not like I feel like, okay, I have to come home and do this, right? I mean, it's so relaxing for me just to sit and talk to you guys, and I love it. So, it's not like that's going to be like anything like difficult or anything, you know what I mean? So it just depends. I might wait until, we probably just went to his house in the basement and is drinking water, which is so funny because when I was down there doing laundry, I just refreshed that water, but he never goes in the basement anymore. He like never goes to his house. Yep, he just ran up here. What are you doing down there? Are you down there checking on your house? I mean, he never goes to his house anymore. When Pee-Pee and Tucker and Boo, all three of them were still here, when we would leave during like the day or go out at night or whatever, we would always crate Boo and Tucker, and then Pee-Pee would just sleep on the bed upstairs. They all would sleep with us typically. And then Oh, it just got done. And then when, hold on, let me turn the volume down. When Pee-Pee passed away, we would still crate them during the day when we would leave, but they still slept with us every single night. And then, hold on just a second, let me get this going. And then, when Tucker passed away, towards the end, we had been leaving them out quite a bit. I think I shared this before. Like, every once in a while, the dogs would have an accident in the house, and we could never really figure out who it was, and we always thought that it was Boo Radley. It was because he didn't really, like, act like he ever knew his name. Now what we think it is he just doesn't come when he just does what he wants to do. Like, if you call him and he doesn't want to come, he totally hears you fine, but he doesn't want to come. But what's so funny is that for a long time, we thought it was like Boo Radley that was causing accidents in the house. And it wouldn't happen very often, like very, very rarely. But, I mean, they were, the three of them. One of the things about having Boo and Tucker after Pee-Pee was that Pee-Pee trained them. I mean, he was like, already like had been housebroken and for years and was just, very well behaved around other people and things like that. So he kind of trained Boo and Tucker. I mean, we didn't even think of that at the time, but it was kind of smart with having three dogs. Like, they did everything that Pee-Pee did. I mean, it didn't take us, the crate training was super, super easy, but Pee-Pee didn't. I mean, Pee-Pee slept with us, but the crate training was real easy. I think also having Boo and Tucker in there together really helped a lot because, like, we would say house, and they would just, like, go to their house. I actually haven't said that to Boo Radley in so long. I mean, I just said, are you checking on your house? But, like, I haven't said to him, like, go to your house in so long. I don't even know that he would know what that is anymore. But we would just say, go to your house, and they would, like, run down the stairs and go in. Oh, he just heard me. But they would, like, run down there, and they would go into their house, and we would just, like, close it. And it's like it's a huge crate. It's like 3 by 5 feet or something like that, and we have all these blankets and stuff in there. But I still refresh the water bowl because he goes down there every once in a while. I would say we used to feed him down there because he wouldn't, like, we always fed Pee-Pee in the kitchen, and we always fed Tucker, like, right out here in the hallway, and we fed Boo Radley down the basement. We tried to separate their food. Especially when Pee-Pee was eating the food that was specific for, like, kidney failure or kidney disease, because we had heart disease, and then the medicine that he was on caused kidney issues or kidney failure. So he was on special food for that, and he didn't like it. So he would go and eat their food. Well, Tucker didn't have a problem telling Pee-Pee not to eat his food, but Boo Radley would just stand there and let him eat his food. So we had to separate them. For a long time after Tucker passed away, Boo Radley wouldn't eat unless we put his food in the house. But recently, I'd say in like the last, I don't know, I probably talked about it on here. The last 3 to 6 months, we've been putting it in the kitchen, and maybe the last 6 months, and he's been, like, eating it every day. We don't ever take it down to the house anymore and feed him in the house. We did that forever. And we never crate him anymore. He always just is left out on his own. He's totally fine. And like what I was saying was, one of the things that we found after Pee-Pee and Tucker passed away was it must have been them that was having the accidents, because Boo Radley has literally not. I think he's had like one accident in the house, and since Tucker's passed away, and it's been 2 years since Tucker's passed away. So it was never Boo Radley ever that was having accidents in the house. Boo Radley's really, I mean, all three of the dogs were good about telling us when they needed to go out, but Boo Radley is really, really good about it. Like, Boo Radley, like, when he needs to go out, he, like, wakes me up, and it's, like, stands over me, he goes, and he's really good about that, and goes right outside and, like, does his business, and just, like, walks around and smells, and then bring him inside, and he gets treats. I think, like, he acts like he has to go outside more than he does because he likes to get treats, and that's his way of getting treats. But, dogs got to do what a dog's got to do. It was so funny because somebody commented and said something. Well, I wanted to read. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to sit here, is because I wanted to read some of the comments. But somebody said something about the Boo Radley pulling his bed up towards the front of the bed was so cute. It is so cute. He is so cute. It's so funny because I took some pictures last night, like when I went upstairs and Alex and him were in bed before I laid down. This is when I took my nap. Boo Radley was like all cuddled up in his bed. I mean, he is obsessed with that purple bed. I posted, if you want to see it, it's on my Instagram. It was on there from yesterday. I posted another picture if you guys want to see it. But he's like obsessed with that bed. Obsessed with it. And, I was filming in the bedroom today. When I started, he kept on jumping off on the bed. And so then I'll sometimes just like let him go out in the hallway, and I'll close the door while I'm filming. he just keeps on coming to the top. He wants me upstairs so bad. So I put his bed out in the hallway. Well, then when I tried to move the bed, he didn't want to leave the hallway. He because it's like dark out there. He likes like sleeping, I think, in the dark in his little bed. But he has to have the purple blanket covering him now too. Like that's the thing. The purple blanket has to be in there at all times. At first he didn't really care about the bed, and he definitely didn't care about the blanket. Now he's obsessed with both of them. It was so funny because in bed last night, I said to Alex, I said, can we please move this over a little bit towards more, because it was so on my side. And he goes, no, you like it right on top of, he was like putting the bed like right on top of my legs. I was like, Alex. And so then we finally got him in it. And then Boo Raleigh got out and he started pulling it up closer to us because he wants it to be like my head, his bed, and Alex. We can't have it. Like we put it a little bit down, you know, that if it's at the end of the bed, he won't get in it. He'll just sleep on the blanket. He likes it to be up closer to us, which I think is sweet. It's very sweet. Just dog stuff, all kinds of dog stuff. So yeah, and then tonight I'm gonna finish. I don't think we have any shows to watch tonight. We're caught up on all of our shows. Is tonight Friday? No, it's Thursday. RuPaul's Drag Race is on tomorrow, so we'll watch that tomorrow night. I asked him, I said, do you have any plans this week? And he's like, nothing yet. So, and I don't know if the pool's opening, so we'll probably just like hang out and watch some movies. I don't think he has any work stuff to do this weekend, so he'll just gonna like hang out and binge. I asked him what his next show was gonna be that he was gonna binge watch, and he said that one show that he's watching, I can't remember what it's called, Dead to Me or Dead something, or I don't know what it's called, but anyway, it's like the second or the third season. He's like getting through that, but he's like, this season's not that great. And then he said that he had 5 seasons, either he was on season 5, but I think he said he had 5 seasons left of Shameless. And I said, what do you think about it? I said, whenever I talk about it in videos, people always say that I'll like it. And he goes, it's really dark. And he goes, you would probably like it. I go, it's dark. He's like, yeah, there's like just a lot of dark. Like the more seasons go in, it's like pretty dark subject matter. And he's like, it's not just like a lighthearted, fun show to watch at all. And I go, well, either is Grey's Anatomy. He goes, yeah, but it's like, it delves deep into their stories. Like, Grey's Anatomy always kind of keeps it a little surface level. And I was like, okay. By the way, somebody told me that Grey's Anatomy is written by the same people. Is it part of that Shondaland thing? I didn't know that wrote Bridgerton. And they said if I like Bridgerton, then I would love Grey's Anatomy. And I feel like I knew that, but I'm not sure if I knew that. People ask me about shows all the time. Like, I used to watch How to Get Away with Murder. I watched like the first couple of seasons, and then Alex finished all of it. And then I watched it in real time when it was on. And then the other show, Scandal with Kerry Washington, I think it was with Kerry Washington. I watched like the first and maybe second season of that, and then I stopped watching it. I don't know why, but I did. So, like Jane the Virgin, I watched so many seasons of that, and I stopped like before like the final 2 seasons. Alex always finishes these shows, and then and like Bloodline. Somebody asked me about Bloodline the other day, and I like watched all the seasons except for the last one, and I didn't finish the last season. I feel like maybe I went in. God, that would have been years ago. I would have talked about that. I feel like I talked about it on a vlog. I feel like I went in and watched the last season. I was so confused by what was going on. Somebody asked me the other day, they're like, did you watch the show on Netflix with Sissy Spacek and she's in a wheelchair? It was really good. Somebody asked me that question on the vlog. The show that I know was not on Netflix. I feel like it was on Amazon Prime, and it was called Night something, and it was about like alien worlds. And it was about this place that they had underneath, like in the back shed outside behind their house. They had like this where they could go to like different alien worlds. And that's what they're talking about. I loved that. If that's what you're talking about, I thought it was, I don't know what I said at the time, but in retrospect, I thought it was really, really good. Like, I think back on that, I think it was really good. And it set it up for there to be another season. So I don't know if there's going to be another season to that or not, but I don't think so. So yeah, tonight I'll probably watch more of Dead City. I'm kind of ready for, well, Alex asked me if he was like, are you going to watch Palm Royale? The thing is, like, here's the thing, okay? Like, he can sit, I like to take my naps, but he'll sit and want to watch like 6 episodes in a row. I have a hard time still doing that. Like, I have to take kind of a break in between it, talk on the phone, all that kind of stuff. So, maybe we'll binge watch it this weekend and see what watch that. I said something about wanting to watch Sugar. I thought he wanted to watch that. He was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to watch that. There was something else we were both talking about. I told him to watch like the first 2 seasons of Hacks, and then we could watch the 3rd season together if he wants to. Pretty Little Liars, I think he might have started it already. Somebody said in the vlog that their Pretty Little Liars was filmed like where they live and stuff like that. I wish stuff was filmed where I live. Hoosiers, the movie, was filmed at the Hinkle Fieldhouse on Butler's campus. I mean, for one scene. And then, was it Breaking Away? Is that the bicycle show? Hold on a second. Breaking Away movie. I think it was filmed in Bloomington. Yeah. It's a movie about the Little 500. That was filmed in Indianapolis. I feel like a couple other movies were filmed in Indianapolis. That Uber driver guy that I had. Well, hi, sir. That Uber driver guy that I had when I came back from the casino. He had been like an actor, and he was telling me, okay, a camera stopped at the 30-minute mark, and then I used that time to like upload my weight loss video on my Peter Does Stuff channel, and then I pulled up the comments so I could read some comments from the vlog because I'm uploading this video on my phone, so I can't do that. And I was like, what was I talking about? And so then I went back in to try to find out what I was talking about before I stopped vlogging. I was like, oh, this is taking too long. I think I was talking about the Uber driver. So the Uber driver that I had on the way back from the casino when I went that couple weeks ago or whatever, he was really, really nice. I'm so thankful for him because if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have ever got home. But anyway, he was an older guy, and he was talking about he had been like an actor, and he had met all these actors, and he had done like a lot of stuff around the Midwest. It wasn't just Indiana though, but he was talking about some movies he had done and stuff like that. So, you know, I would love that. I would love to be like an extra in a movie. I think that would be fun just to be part of that whole process. So the HOA was actually, somebody commented and said HOAs can take advantage of homeowners. It's ridiculous. So there was a lot of comments about the HOA on my video. You know, a lot of what I talk, well, hi again, hello. A lot of what I talk about with my HOA, I mean, I share like stuff that's really going on, but a lot of it is also kind of in jest, and it's, you know, kind of, you know, to be funny and things like that. Because I mean, I don't exaggerate stories or anything like that. I actually say what's going on. But it's because I know that people enjoy hearing about the HOA drama and stuff like that. Because the drama that I talk about is like actual stuff that really goes on, right? And but like as far as the price of the HOA fees, which I personally think are outrageous. What are they? I have them written down right over here. Hold on just a second, because I keep all my bills on a list. So what are they? With it comes to $475 is what they come to, because if you pay them online, you have to pay $9.99 extra for all that. So I think it's like $465, and then it comes, yeah, $475 with all that. I think it's outrageous, right? Is that what it is? $475 or $575? $475. My cousin Caroline, I mean, I remember when my mom moved in here, I think like the highest, I think when I moved into the condo, and then Alex moved in right after that, I think it was like $115 a month. Because I can remember my mom complaining about the HOA fees, and she thought they were so expensive and blah, 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 whatever, and all this kind of stuff. When I talked to Caroline about it, because Caroline's a realtor, she'll say, for what you get in your neighborhood, your HOA is really not that high for where you live. And she's like, and you're in a guarded community, and she was like, you have a pool, and the pool's taken care of. You have tennis courts are taken care of. It's very safe in there. They maintain all of the landscaping, all the trees. They do everything on the outside. I mean, this is one of the things I think people forget. Like, the owners are responsible for anything on the inside of the house, like any redos, the foundation, anything that you want to do inside the house. But on the outside, meaning the roof, the painting, everything like that, other than the front walkway, okay? Everything on the outside, like if we need a new roof, the HOA has to replace it. If the condo needs to be painted, the HOA has to replace it. If I need a new patio out back, the HOA has to replace it, which was a fight several years ago. But we all three got new patios. So they have to do, we have like separation fences. When I filmed outside, you've probably seen those. They have to replace those. They take care of all that. They do snow removal. Not great, but they do it, right? And so there's a lot that comes along with it. But okay, I just want to make this clear. There's an HOA board, okay, the Homeowners Association board, and it's like 6 people that sit on it. Those people are the ones that make the decisions for the neighborhood based on, but then they send out things like, we have to vote on things. So they'll send out ballots to like everybody in the neighborhood, not like over when the pool should open or shouldn't open, like that's up to their discretion, right? But like if we're going to do something, like let's say like with the lake repairs, when that happened, they send out a thing and they'll say, do we want to take this from the reserves, or do we want each person to pay individually for this? If we take it from the reserves, then this could raise our HOA fees by $5 next year because we're going to have to replace those reserves. It's very much like when you take out money from like a 401k or something like that. And so they'll send out a ballot. Like I can remember at the time when we had to pay for the lakes to be fixed, when we had to do like it was $1,200 assessment fee or something like that. When we had to do that, they sent out a ballot to like all the people in the neighborhood, and then everybody voted on it. The neighborhood voted to do that. They voted for each of us to pay individually instead of raising the HOA fees by like, it was something like $10, I think, for that. But anyway, so they like, for those things, like we all vote on like the big stuff. Now the pool opening and the landscapers, no, that's up to their discretion. But then the board is managed by the management company. Like when I write my, well, I don't write a check, but I pay it online. When I pay it online, we're paying the management company. We're not paying the 6 members that are on the board, okay? Like I want to make that very, very clear. I joke enough about the HOA, and I know people have had bad experiences, and I don't know how your HOA is run, but I'm just talking about how our HOA is run, because I want to make this very clear. Like, as much as I don't agree with all the decisions that are run about this neighborhood, our neighborhood is beautiful. They do a fantastic job taking care of it. And the management company, even though I've had some issues with them in the past, do a fantastic job managing our neighborhood. And not only, they don't just manage our neighborhood, they manage like 100 neighborhoods in Indianapolis. And so that's what they do. Like, it's like an apartment complex management company. Like they manage the entire community. So the board makes a decision. Like if the board said, we want $1,000 just to do whatever we want with the managed company, they would not release that money. The money never goes to the HOA board. The money goes to the management company. Like when I got a tree replaced because we had lightning that struck a tree in front of us, and so they replaced it. I think they paid $150 for a new tree to be replaced, which is the tree that's in front of our yard now that's huge. When that tree was replaced, like that money, the management company paid the landscapers directly to put the tree out there. That money never went through the HOA board. I kind of simultaneously say like HOA board and management company, but there at no time do those 6 people ever like touch the money. Like, and I don't know if that's how other HOAs are and things like that, but at no time ever in our neighborhood, I mean, we have a management company that takes, when you write the check, you write it to the management company. You don't write it to the HOA board. Like, at no point are they ever touching the money. And every year, like I said this yesterday in my video, they always put out like a whole thing at the end of the year, and like every month, I almost was going to bring a newsletter just to show you guys what the new, I mean, they're literally like 3 pages stapled, and there's like a message from, there's always like, oh, I love looking at the birds. I mean, there's always some sweet letter written in there from, like the president and whatever. And but they'll put in there like the landscaping committee manager or the landscaping manager will say, last year we spent such and such amount of money from the months of like March until November when it first snowed for the lawn maintenance. This year we're paying this amount of money and we're going with this person. And they'll put in there like this person bid and their contract rate was this. This person bid, their contract rate was this, and we decided to go with this person. If anybody has any issues, please contact us. They'll say stuff like that. So I mean, like the community is very involved in the HOA. For people that have been screwed out of your money before, and like I said, I do think I said this a couple years ago because I didn't know where the money was going. And then they put this whole thing out and they said, this is where each of your money goes each month. And I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense, right? Do I think the rate is high? Yeah, I think it's outrageously high, right? But Caroline said for a community like ours, like her mom and dad, the condos that they lived in before her mom passed away, was very similar in price to ours. And her mom like looked over a lake, like her mom and dad, like their condo looked over a lake. They had a pool, but it wasn't as nice as ours. They had one tennis court and it wasn't as nice as ours. They didn't do snow removal, and I think they paid like $425 or something like that. So, I mean, that's kind of the price on the north side of Indianapolis for condos. And there's some that are even more expensive. Like I told you, like downtown Indianapolis is like more expensive, some of them, than us. So, I don't know. I mean, and they even put like in the newsletters, they'll say things like there's discussion about growing rates of like HOA. I mean, these are the things I don't tell you guys about because they're boring, right? But they'll put whole articles in there and they'll say, there's, discussion about the growing rates of HOAs in our country, and we're trying to keep it low, but we're also trying to keep resources for the community 20 years down the road so the people that are here 20 years from now can enjoy it the way that, and that's going to be my husband, right? So like, and hopefully me. So I do want the community and her. And so, other people in here that are a little bit younger, I think she's the youngest one at 30, and then Alex at 40, and then I think there's a woman in here, and then I think it's like me and one other woman. We're like the 4 youngest ones in here. And so I understand that, but like they'll include people in that. Like they include people in the discussion of like, you know, and then the people will like, you know, write in and they'll say so-and-so said this, and hey, we've thought about maybe doing this to reduce the rates of our HOA fees. The other thing I want to say is like they raised our rates this year, and our rates were like, I think they raised it like $13 this last year. They hadn't raised it in 2 years. So it's really $6 a year, you know. For me, I don't really think that's a huge increase in HOA fees. But, you know, like, but then when you have that and you're paying for it, I think there's this attitude of then we should be able to decide about everything. Because it's just as many people that are complaining about the landscapers, there's a lot of people that are happy with them. For me, I think it would have been greater if we had a bigger company that could also do individual smaller jobs and things like that. Because the company that we had before, they did do individual small jobs. And a lot of people used them around here. So now we don't have that. But, you know, it's just things like that. And that's where the drama and the gossip comes up. Trust me, I will be filling you in because the pool opens this weekend and I cannot wait. But I just want to let you guys know that, because as many jokes as I make about the HOA and the drama and all that kind of stuff, we are by no means, I do not believe, and I've looked into it, okay? I don't by any means believe that we're getting screwed by the HOA. Not to mention one of my closest friends in the neighborhood is on the board, and she is very, I mean, she is totally 100% honest and upfront, and I know her very, very well. She's the one who I closed the pool with last year. If she thought for any reason there was something scandalous going on the board, she would let it be known. So, yeah, it's not like that. Okay. Somebody said I've come to watch all the old vlogs. Oh, well, enjoy them. Okay. Somebody said we had an issue with our HOA because they were resistant to show us how the money was being used. Needless to say, we don't live there anymore. Let me just go in here and see if I can find the letter really quick. Hold on just a second. Okay, I can't find the last newsletter. I must have thrown it out when I finished reading it. It's called The Scoop. I love that so much. But here's like the annual meeting, and this is from October 19th of 2023. And it talks in here about like, enclosed you'll find the agenda, the report, treasurer's report, 2022 financials, 2024 budget. And so it goes in here and it has all the money, and it lists like where every bit of the money goes to. Members fees, how much they raised, how much we still have in here, how much the building repairs cost. Like, for example, how much we spent each month and things like that. How much we budgeted for, how much the annual budget was for, like building maintenance, and it goes by building section. Chimneys they have on here, gutter and drainage management, deck repairs and replacement, and then it's like administration. They have management fees, administration expenses, bad debt, bank fees, professional fees, legal fees, directory, and then the newsletter, and then they have underneath here electricity, water and sewage, stormwater fees, critter and pest control, underground maintenance, snow removal, streets and drives, fencing gates, pool party, welcome packets. I mean, they have everything listed on here, and they have it across the board from December 2022 all the way through to next year. Budget, January to December, year-to-date budget, and annual budget. And then it goes on here and it has aquatic contract, miscellaneous lake maintenance, lake and bank cleanup, lawn mowing, tree and shrub pruning contract, lawn treatment, spring and fall cleanup, just discretionary tree and shrub pruning, tree trimming, tree removal and replacement, common ground. I mean, and then it goes in here and talks about pool contract, pool repairs and chemicals, pool house repairs, tennis courts, deck, and each one has how, like December here for it says pool care contract 0, budget, how much they budgeted for it, and all this kind of stuff. Tennis courts, deck repairs, alarm expense, insurance premium, security guardhouse, alarm expense, security guardhouse, insurance, and it goes on and on and on. And then it says everything, and then it says like how much we've made, how much we saved, and all that kind of stuff. Oh, it goes even more. Here's the 2024 annual budget. Okay. So it says, I mean, it has everything on here from administration, copy, postage, and envelope. So, I mean, and it has them all by codes, like what the different codes are. I wonder what we do have for the pool. I haven't looked at this. Well, I probably did when it first came. I haven't looked at it. Pool. Okay. So for the pool and tennis courts, it costs. They have the budget for like over like almost $14,000 for the summer. Then it has the candidates, if he wants to be on the board, and then the voting, and then 2023 gutter drain repairs, annual building repairs painting report, committee report. I mean, they let us know everything. So, how do I cast my vote at an annual meeting? And it explains on here how to do that. Who can show up to annual meetings? Here is the ballot, proxy. It shows on here how you can vote for the people that are on these things and whatever. It talks about the tree trimming, landscape report. They thank these people, and talks on here about the tree trimming was done by such and such. We used this company many years ago, but since so-and-so was a whole package and did tree trimming as well as tree removals, we just have to do the tree work ourselves, so we hired this person, blah, blah, blah. The amount of money for the tree trimming was, and it talks about this, talks about big news is we're switching to 2 new companies to do the mowing, lawn treatment, and shrubbery, explains how much their money was. They explain everything. There's just, when I talk about the HOA drama, I'm not talking about like the HOA being like shady, boots down. I mean, they're on the up and up, 100%. And I will say this, the people that are on the board take their, and to be honest with you, this is why I don't want to be president, because I don't want to deal with all that stuff. But they take their job so seriously that if anybody ever said anything like, oh, they're doing shady stuff, like it would, like, that would be a meeting, right? Like, so, no, they're completely on the up and up. But I appreciate you guys having concerns for me. I mean, that means a lot to me that you guys even think that. To be honest with you, I don't know that I even thought that. Like, and when people were like, oh my God, this happened to me and that happened to me, I got a couple emails from people that were like, hey, just want to let you know that like I got really screwed by my HOA. I feel so bad that that happened to you guys out there. But no, like ours is on the total up and up. And I really appreciate you guys that either wondered that or maybe speculated that you were looking out for me. Like that means a lot to me. I just want to say I really appreciate that. Okay, somebody said there's a documentary coming out about on June 21st called Brat Pack, called Rats. I cannot wait. That's about like all the people that were in St. Elmo's Fire and all that kind of stuff and all those John Hughes movies back in the day. Somebody said, oops, sorry, my comment has been deleted. What? Perhaps shouldn't have put the link in the comments. It was just, oh, if you put a link in the comment, apologies. Well, I didn't delete it. YouTube doesn't typically allow comments, or maybe I have it on here where you can't leave links to things. I think that's what it is. Oh, here is who it is. Christy. She said, the new Pretty Little Liars, a majority of it was filmed near where I live. Girl, I am so jealous of you. We got to go in and see the school right before they started filming. Oh my God, they had to clean out the school and we're giving stuff away, so we took some stuff. Did you take, oh my God, when I was growing up as a kid, I always wanted to play school and I always took all the worksheets home. They had notices in the rooms of what couldn't be taken because it was props for the show. Oh, that's so cool. Somebody said, I was so excited for Elsbeth, but it was really bad. The writing, okay, good to know, because Caroline hasn't finished yet. She hasn't said anything about it in the last, well, that was yesterday. Oh, by the way, I think the comment is on this video, my last video, so we'll find out where it is. But there were 2, and I can't look it up, there were 2 names. Bradley is so funny. He keeps on coming down here. It's the second step, and he looks through right at me. He's like right at me. There were 2 names that I was gonna go with for the new little fern. And I loved everybody's name. People were saying like Farrah, Felicia, because then I could say like bye Felicia when I left, which I thought that was cute. Some people, it was so funny what people were saying about things and all the names. And what was the one? There was one really funny one that I loved, but somebody, and it was on the vlog, it wasn't on that video on my Peter Dustin channel, said Farrah. And I was like, because of like her long wispy hair, like Farrah Fawcett. I was like, oh, and there was one person that said it, and I think it was on the vlog, and I was like, that is so perfect. So it's Fernalicious and Farrah, her little sister Farrah. I think that's so perfect. Somebody commented and said, I would love to see you in a pair of green eye contacts. Okay, so this is so funny. So I just bought new contacts. They just came in the mail and I ordered them. But when I was like checking out, I was like looking through all the different stuff they have, and they of course have all different colored contacts. I've never worn colored contacts ever in my entire life. I don't even think for Halloween I have. And but I was like, that would be kind of a fun video, but that would also be an expensive video, because I think I was like, maybe I could try different, you know, color contacts and see how they make my eyes look and stuff like that. So yeah. Someone said, okay, no. Peter, did you ever watch Gone the Forgotten Women of Ohio? It came out in 2017 and was this 8-part series on Spike about these women involved in trafficking that were just completely abandoned by the police force, and no one would help find these women. Oh my God, it was amazing. Stuck with me so much. You'd love it if you haven't seen it yet. I actually talked about it on here when I was watching it. Yes, I absolutely loved it. And I don't know if you remember if you watched it, if it's still up, but they actually had to stop filming because for some reason, I can't remember, it was like the state or somebody stopped them from filming the end of it. And it was about all these missing women in Ohio, and it was all associated with drug dealing and prostitution, and most of the women were addicts. It was really, really sad, and it was a fantastic documentary. And there was something that I watched that was similar to that. I think it was called Relentless. Is that what it was called? I can't remember. And it was very similar to that. It was really, really good. But I love that documentary. Oh, that is something I'm looking for. But thank you for the recommendation if I hadn't already watched that. Stacy said, listening to audiobooks helps me with pulling weeds. Well, okay, so Alex and I had this conversation yesterday. He was so sweet. He was like taking Boo out. And this was before we started watching our shows. And I said, yeah, did I tell you about I told him a little bit about it. But I said, yeah, so we're going to do it this weekend. He was like, that's totally fine. He was like, why don't we spend like, you know, an hour out here on Saturday? We can pull all the weeds, we can spray the stuff, and then Saturday or Sunday we can get the mulch. And somebody said on my video, they said, I'm so tired of the word mulch. I am so tired of the word mulch. Do you have any idea? I am so tired of this. Okay, I'm so tired of the word mulch. If I never said it again, I'd be fine. But anyway, so on Saturday or Sunday, he was like, no, he's like, I'll totally help you with it. We can do it together, and we can get it done a lot quicker and lay the mulch, and then you can make your tables and enjoy the front patio. So I thought that was really sweet, because he usually takes care of the back, and I take care of the front. So that was really nice. Okay, Fiona was a suggestion that Brandy gave me. Somebody said, so Mrs. HOA lady can control the opening closing date of the pool, but you and your friend can't. It's pure hypocrisy. What it is, okay, they don't care because they don't, the only person on the board, and she's not like real vocal. She doesn't even want to really be on the board anymore. The only person that goes to the pool that's on the board is my neighbor across the street. And she isn't going to fight for the opening and closing of the pool. She's just not. So nobody that's on the board gives a shit about the pool opening. They're not invested in it because they don't go to the pool. So it's not on their priority list. And they don't want it to become this huge issue. Like they do not like confrontation. So if we do the pool committee and we're like, okay, we want to open the pool on the 15th of May, and we start getting all this, then it's like, oh, look, this has to come into play and this has to be approved. And it's one more thing they don't want to have to deal with. So they're just like, no, we're not going to do that, is what it is. But it is a little bit about them wanting to control things, I think, so. Okay. Somebody said you could save the one with a zipper and wash a graphic tee inside. No, I'm not. I love that you said that, Tracy, but no, I'm not going to do that, girl. They're already in the trash. Sorry. Them pillow covers, they had a few good years on them. No, I'm not that crafty. I wish I was. I love that y'all are, but I'm not. Somebody said, have you ever watched the Friends series? It has 5 seasons. Have a great... And somebody said, this is a good series. I've never heard of it. No, I think I've heard of it. Fringe TV series. I don't think I've watched it, though. No, I know I haven't watched it. What's it about? Is it about something supernatural? Here, it pulled it up. Why did it end so abruptly? Why was it canceled? Expensive production. After 5. Okay, what's it about? Is Fringe worth the watch? Outstanding TV show that manages to punch way above. What's it about, though? Likely trio who uncover a deadly mystery that may be part of a larger and more disturbing. Okay, well, I'll watch it. I'll put it on my list. You guys know I love anything to do with mysteries and all that kind of stuff. Thank you for the suggestion. Chad said, I'm so sorry to hear about the pool. Chad comments on so many videos. You're so sweet, Chad. I'm so sorry to hear about the pool pipe bust. I hope it's fixed this week. In the town I live in has already hit 100 degrees. Oh, you've been to the beach twice in Oklahoma? The weather, the water has been perfect. Is there a big lake there? I didn't know that. I don't think I've ever been to Oklahoma, actually. Lauren said, okay, but I've always thought your thumbnails have been some of the best I see. Well, I appreciate that. You know, somebody actually took one of my exact thumbnails off of this and used it for their own, which I don't know if they don't know that they can't do that. You can't literally take somebody's... You can take a picture from their thumbnail, you can take something else, but you can't, like, you could use it in your thumbnail, but you can't take somebody's thumbnail and use it as your own. And somebody did that, and no, you can't do that. That's a no-no. You can strike that. Just to put that out there. Somebody said I always get my plants at Home Depot or Lowe's. A couple people said that, and here's another one. I always go to Home Depot and Lowe's for my plants. So I will, Rebecca and Natalie, I will definitely, I think that's, I'm having a hard time seeing this. Yeah, Nat, I will definitely go there and check. Thank you guys for the suggestion. Mandy said, oh, she loved Borders. She used to go there all the time in high school. I loved it so much. I love that people are still guessing the time and the weather. Oh, they're making a true crime drama about the murder of Sophie, I'm going to mispronounce this horribly, Toscan du Plantier, done by Jim Sheridan, starring Cole Meany. I don't know anything about this, but that was what the court, she was a French woman that was killed in Ireland, and that was the murder in West Cork was about. It was so fantastic. Swan said, I devour Harlan Coben books. I love thrillers and mysteries. I devour the shows. I need to get back to watching some of those shows. Okay, let's see. Costco Noblesville has ferns. Well, that's where my in-laws live close to, but that's kind of far away from me. But I used to live up there. Oh, here it is. Christina is the one. She said, little sister, Felicia or Fiona or Farrah with long flowing hair. Thank you, Christina. You're the one. You're the winner. Okay. Oh, she also said, you and Tanya should go to Meijer and Walmart after Memorial Day to check for flowering plants. The new trend in our area is various types. Okay. Well, Tanya and I talked about this last night. She said she goes, I have done the plants I'm doing this year and I'm not doing it anymore. It's a waste of money because I was telling her how much I spent at that plant place. I was so over it. I'm going to go to some grocery stores this weekend and find some stuff. Maybe I'll have Alex take me to Home Depot while we're out getting mulch and see if I can find some plants. So many people said Frankie the fern. I almost named her Frankie because I love that. Fernelia. What was the other name that was so funny? My video's almost done. I have it screenshot. Maybe I can tell you guys. Home Depot or Lowe's, people said. Tanya said to me on the phone last night, she goes, what you need to do is you need to get these spray bottles. And I said, oh yeah. And she goes, and then you need to put Dawn detergent in it, Epsom salt, and white vinegar. I started laughing. She goes, what are you laughing at? I go, so you told me that like a month ago, but you never sent me the ingredients. And then I saw it on Facebook. I screenshot it. I ordered the stuff on Amazon. It just came today. I did it in a video. And she goes, you are so smart. People always say I should include when the tripod falls. I truly should have because it was so funny. Because it just went like that and then it just stopped and sat on the top of the computer, but it was like right here and I was like, that's not a good look. So, okay. So I was going through these comments and reading these. Hold on a second. A bunch of people are talking about Felicia being a good name. I love the names you guys came up with. Oh, here's Troy. Hey, Troy. Where was the other one? Oh, here's, who was first? Dawn. She thought she was first. People were fighting over being first the other day. Emily was actually first. Dawn, you can be first all day long. Everybody can be first. Okay. Where was it that somebody said? Where is the thing that somebody said? Oh, people are talking about Papa Murphy's Pizza. Oh, I'm into the one from a couple days ago. Where is it? The video is almost done. Somebody said, Dane said, you don't want those weeds to look as high as an elephant's eye. The weeds are as high as an elephant's eye. I totally agree with you. I don't want them to either. What time did I start vlogging? How long have I been vlogging for? I feel like I've been vlogging for quite a while, but I don't remember what time I started. What time did I start? I remember the temperature was 80, but I don't remember what time it was. I almost said clogging. Have I been vlogging close to an hour? Okay. Well, I know I stopped at the 30-minute mark, and then I went in to go get the thing, but I couldn't find that, so I got that. And the thumbnail of the tripod fell. I've been uploading my video this whole time. I bet I am close to an hour. Okay, well then I'm gonna get off here and relax for a little bit. So, I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Thursday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And remember these 3 very important things. One, now if I do this and this video is like 59 minutes and 54 seconds. I know Tia's gonna go crazy. So Tia, I did not plan it this way. I hope it is over an hour. Anyway, okay. Remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want, or your week or weekend if you need to. And tomorrow is the beginning of Memorial Day weekend. I hope you guys all have a very relaxed and fantastic weekend and get to either relax or spend time with family and friends this weekend. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but shh, don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much you mean to you. Like I always say, you might be putting a smile on their face. You might be changing their day for the better. You might be giving them hope and you might be making them feel like they're not so all alone. Also, be kinder to one another, love one another a little bit more. Most importantly, be kinder to yourself and love yourself a little bit more, because if you're kinder to yourself, then you'll be kinder to others. And if you love yourself more, then you will love others more as well. And it's also just a nice thing to do for yourself. You deserve it. You deserve to be kinder to yourself. Sometimes we work so hard on being kinder to others that we forget ourselves and all of that. So be kind to yourself, love yourselves a little bit more. For those of you out there that are going through a tough time right now, I'm sending lots of positivity to you. I hope that things start getting better for you soon, and things will be okay in the end. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.